Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Baz and this is another chapter of WELDERFABBER. And today we're starting this chapter on this 821F loading shovel up at Moorfield Plant Services. We've got a couple of seized pins and we're going to use the Orca slice if we can't get them out with heat. Now the boys have already tried getting one out. Two out, shall we say. They managed to get that one out there that you can see. This one here locked in solid, and then we've got the rear two. Now the rear two will most probably be harder to get out now. Then these rods do need resealing. Is that right, Mark? Do they need resealing?
Yeah, they've all seals have popped on them.
Have they?
Snubber's done that as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right. So, if we're going to send a rod, now in a thermal lance rod, you can use either a quarter, which is 6mm, or you can use a 10mm one. We'll probably use the 6mm one, and we'll go straight through the centre of that. We'll cut the flag off, get a bar and a sledgehammer and try and send it through that way. Same with this one here. We might as well cut the flag off the outside, so we'll just trim that off with the gas, deburr the end and send it through that way, as they are replacing the pins anyway, so it doesn't matter how much damage we cause to the pins or the bushes with inside. We don't want to cause any damage to the eyes of the end of the rams. Don't matter if we just touch the bush on the inside of the loader arm, meaning that part there, because that will be getting replaced as well. Straightforward enough. Well, first job, I'll get the gas out of the van, cut the flag off, we'll blow an hole right through it, quench it. We'll try moving it first without quenching it. If it doesn't move, then we'll quench it with some water. If it still doesn't move, then we'll open the hole up more with the slice and make a bigger hole, and if we have to, we'll have to slice right through the pin, up and down, all the way through, which is about 250mm long, as you'll see very shortly. So we do use genuine exothermic cutting rods, which are a slice rod, and when I said 6mm and 10mm, that's like your 6mm and that's like your 10mm comparison. That does blow a lot more off. Now then, for those people out there, we do lancing on a much bigger scale. We use 20mm rods at 3 meters long. Now then, all that takes is oxygen and a high pressure oxy gauge. Right, now then, that gauge alone is 500 quid just to get the gauge. A good little tip for you guys: put quick connects on your gas pipes, and everything you use from then on, put a quick connect on it. So now I'll have a quick connect on the slice oxygen pipe. So all we do, get that into there, and away we go. Now then, that works from pressure. Can you see how I pull that nice and slowly? The gun, the trigger. You see it coming. So you control the flow with the trigger. You don't want to go in full bore like that, otherwise it'll just blow back at you. So you start with it nice and easy, work a hole, as you will see. So now I'm just putting a little bit of heat into the flag. For those that don't know, that's the flag that goes on the end of the pin, and we're just going to cut right through it. We've wet the floor's full of water, we've got some pin down. What's your camera? Right, so you can see I'm close to that weld. So I'm right through that. Now I want to take that off all the way around, so when we get a hit on that, there's nothing going to get caught on the eye of the rod. I'm trying to not blow sparks towards the machine. You see I'm leaning the gun that way. Not that way. Yeah, because sparks will blow right back at you. Always have it leaning like that. So what? When I touch it, they're not coming towards me. Look how much of that steel is coming off there now. With a little more. So you see I'm getting as close to the weld as I can without actually gouging the weld off or just cutting the pin, cutting the flag. I'll go that way again. See how none of the sparks are coming towards me? I can see the weld now. I'm just going to touch the weld. There we go. It dropped off. Shall we? Yeah. We've got that little grinder, son. Just nip that, yeah, around there. You can see what we want to do, can't you? So now all we'll do is clean up the end of that pin. Take the quick connect off. Connect up to Roxy. So as it's starting to get warm, I'll take this hoodie off. This is one of these usually these hoodies have actually been out for a while. Brilliant hoodie, to be fair. You know, they tie at the bottom. And what we'll do is just wear this over the head. Doesn't look pretty, but it protects your head from all the sparks. So we just connected up to the minus and the positive. We've got everything switched off. Before you switch the welder on from cold, always switch everything off so it doesn't rev up. Alright, we'll put it to auto start. You see how it's on idle? We only need very low amps. Very low amps. So we'll keep it there. Even 100 amps is more than enough. 12 volt battery would strike one of these rods. I'll show you how we got it connected. I just want this on the end of the gun. So we've got our minus connected to a bit of plate, and we've got our positive connected here, which is also connected to the gun, wherever the gun is, up here. Alright, so as I put one of these rods in here in a moment, as you can see how it'll lock in with that, but I want this behind it just to stop a bit of blowback. That over there. As it goes into that collar, that will lock in, and that will tighten it up, and that is 1 metre long. Now then, that rod won't do anything until oxygen starts going through it and it gets a voltage. So you see, nothing at the moment, but as soon as I touch that, that's how you start them up. All right, I'll just get my gloves on. Oh, shut cab door on machine, bud. Serious metal. We're pretty straight then. Yeah. Put it back in there. Right, that's all right. We can work our way up now then. Touch it with grinder again in a minute, take that bear off. Otherwise it'll just get out as it's going through. Why are we? Plenty of room. That's not touching there, is it? Tell you what, we'll give it a belt back that way, Mark. Yeah. Give it a belt back and forth. If we send it that way, then I can put a nice chamfer on back edge, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just get some glasses. So I've just chucked a bucket of water on it. Let's just see if it moves now. Basically, you want to shrink it a little bit. I've been for a long day. I'm going to wash right through it, pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get close to the edge. I'm trying to get close to the edge because it's only tight in this eye, tight in that eye. It's not going to be tight in the bush in the middle. So I release the trigger, got a little bit more control. So just by releasing the trigger a bit, I've got more control over how much material I blow out. Let's move back that way around, what? So, let me take that down, the grinder.
Yeah. What?
So it's starting to move, we're just going to strap the ram up so it don't drop down, damage the rod anyway.
Yeah, I think they
Right, so it's starting to move, but it's kind of locking up a little bit. So I'm just going to try something a little bit new here now. I'm going to wrap a chain around here, a good heavy duty chain, and I'm going to put an air jack in here and put some pressure on it and put a little bit of heat on the eye here. Yeah? Because it's mainly out of this eye now, put a little bit of heat on that eye there and hopefully it'll go. Now if that hole was in the centre, it'd be fine with the chain. But because it's down at the bottom, the jack's going to want to try and give it that. Yeah? But let's just try it. Right, so we're hooked up now. We've got the jack in a position where it will pump with that at the bottom, yeah? And usually it means wherever you fill the jack up with oil, hydraulic oil, is at the top when a jack will work on its side. Not every bottle jack will work on its side, there's only certain bottle jacks that will work on the side, yeah? We've got the chain hooked up around the pin here. We've got Mark hooked up to the jack if the jack was to fall out of the chains. Right, so we can stand well out of the way now and just see what happens. Now then, winging it a little bit, no idea what's going to happen. The jack could just fall out, but we'll just see. We've got that little shack holding the chains together. You go in tight, Mark. What?
Twisted a bit.
All right, though, isn't it? I'll tell you what I might do, put a bit of heat on that back eye. You with me? Some of that up here. Is the pin moving at all, Mark? No? Right, let's get a bit of heat on it, eh? No? That didn't go to plan. So I'll just put some heat on the back side there now. Let's just see if we get a little bit more movement. Oh. No. Let's just try jacking it this way with a bit of box section. Go in. So in fact, it might just go all of a sudden, it might just lock up. Watch loader arms for pushing out, Mark. Do you know what I mean? Well, no. So just keep going, so just keep banging. Yeah, go on, keep it filming. What we'll have to do, we'll have to lower the jack. Watch the loader arms, Mark, pushing out. Right, we need some heat on there now. Yeah? I'm going to go with a bang. Go on, keep it going. Go in now. Oh yeah. One more.
Keep going, yeah?
Yeah. One. We'll go with a bang again in a minute. You get to end at stroke. She's coming now, she's coming. That box section will drop out in a minute and the straps will catch the jack, hopefully. Look at that pin of belt. Gotta be near there, that, hasn't it? I think that'll come out with bar at the side now. Moving. Money shot. So looking at the pin, we've just touched the bottom of the bush inside, which is fine. We'll drop this down and take a look. Not strapped there. Bush is still a little bit warm. Can you see how we just tucked into the bush just a little bit? Yeah, and if you look into the loader arm, we're all nice and smooth, which is what we wanted. Now then, this back end here, so that's 1 out, 2 to go. We're thinking, me and Mark are just thinking, if we take that pipe off there, I'm pointing to, we could get a jack in here, get that 20-ton jack inside here again with a bar, and heat up inside here before we start trying to do any lanting, because we don't really want to land into the side, into the centre of the machine, start melting pipes left, right and centre. So we'll try it with the heat first. Once again, so we're changing over from the cutting torch to the pepper pot with the quick connects. Absolute game changer, these. If you don't have these, I'd really recommend getting hold of some quick connects, especially if you're changing guns now and again. Makes life so much easier, faster. So if this works, putting it inside the frame, using the heat, could save us a lot of time and a lot of hassle of burning or melting stuff with inside the machine. Mark, is there anything up there behind that could get off? You know, behind that plate? No. Nothing up there anyway. Right, so there might be a bit of wishful thinking here doing this, but you never know, it might just go. We'll get these off. Get some weight on jack and see if it moves. So we're getting this nice and hot now. We've got about 20 ton of pressure on it. We've not got any movement yet, no more, no. We've got a bit of a battle on our hands here now, so we love a little battle, though, don't we? We ain't going to lose a battle. It's when you lose you have a problem. We ain't going to lose this battle. So now we're getting the lance back out, and I'm going to lance into the pin, but I don't want to go all the way through the pin. I want to go like 3/4 of the way in, try and wash it away a little bit. I just don't want that molten metal going inside that chassis. So I'm going to try, see what happens. So we're just going to fire a load of wet rags inside, chuck a load of water everywhere, and just have a couple of lads watching all around as well as we do this. time. So you see how I tried to wash away the pin, but I didn't want to go all the way through the pin. So that's exactly what we've done. We've washed away one side, and now we've heated the back side, and now she's starting to come. Right, I think we're at the end of stroke there, Mark. Socket out, put it back down. You get it? No. Well, they have it then. Got it? Got it? Right, slow it down, Mark. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Thank for that. Now we'll have to be careful. We've got a long way through.
Yeah, come through here.
Look at down there, that water. Right, so as I go through the boat, go through the other side.
Oh no, I'm doing it. Come on.
Right, here we are.
Yeah, come on through the side.
beauty. You little beauty. Mark, I'm putting all that on you today, boy. Well done. And Crowe came to take the glory. Didn't you? Directed it a little bit. Right, let's wrap up. That took all day to get 3 pins out. But I have been on one job once before, all day to get 1 out. So it's not been too bad. Winter's coming, director. The dark nights are coming in fast. We had a power cut. Director, we had a power cut. Oh, that didn't scare any of you. Anyway, Holy, I bought a brand new flavour out, especially for Halloween. Tangerine Tarantula. Energy. Now then, as it's night time, I ain't going to be having one now, but if I was to go to another job, I would be having one. So if you want to try yours today, they've got loads of new offers on up until Halloween. Now then, Halloween is on Friday the 31st this year. If you turn that around, that's Friday the 13th. Now then, you might get why we just did that little thing. If none of you guys out there haven't yet tried this, I suggest you try the starter pack and find your favourite flavour and then progress to your bigger tubs, which I have pretty much every one of, I'll be honest with you. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, promo code WELDERFABBER5 on your first order. WELDERFABBER on all future orders for 10% off. Honestly guys, I can't tell you how good this stuff is. It has changed my life, it's changed Callum's life, it's changed so many lives of people that I know around me. I'm not just doing this because it's a sponsor, I'm doing it because it's real. Even if I wasn't sponsored, I'd still be buying Holy. So if you want to check the link out in the description, try yours today. All right, so that job that we did up at Moorfield plant there, that should have really, in my opinion, only should have took like 3 hours, took all day. So pretty much nearly 10 hours to get them 3 pins out. So if you are getting into lancing or you know anything about lancing, you'll know not to price a lancing job basically. Always do lancing jobs on hourly rate basis because you never know if them pins are going to move. I mean, we had to wash the pin out right close to one of the bosses, then heat the back boss and then get 20 ton of pressure on it to get it out. Yeah, so that took a little bit longer than we thought, but it was for my pal Archie at Moorfield plant. He gets good rates off us, man, to be honest with you. So hourly rate plus consumables is what you want to be charging. Now then, just want to give a shout out to a lad who sent me this belt. All right, you see this belt? And this belt is to hold your air fed. Yeah. So you put your air fed on that, which will work on Speed Glass and various other brands. But look how cool it is, stretchy. As you can see there, you see the belt, how stretchy it is. So you connect your air fed to that, and it's super comfy. Callum's been using one now for over a week. I'm going to start using this when I do a bit of welding. I don't know which mask I'll put it on yet, which air fed system I'll put it on yet. But probably the Speed Glass that I use out of the van all of the time. So I'd like to give a shout out to One Down Fabrication. Now they are in Australia. They sent them all the way from Australia just for me and Callum. So a big shout out to you guys and odfab.com. I will put a link in the description if anybody is interested in one of these comfy belts for your air mask. Right, I've got to go over to Genesis and pick some steel up for that little ripper. I've ended up buying a full sheet, and I need another full sheet of 30mm. So we're going to pick a 45mm sheet up and a 30mm sheet up, S355, that edge that Frank did turned out bang on straight. So all them people that say you can't weld an edge on a bucket, yeah, from me to you, you're not a fabricator. If you're a fabricator welder, you should know that you can weld an edge off a bucket. Another quick one. These jackets will be going on the website, yeah? WELDERFABBER.com. Proper cool, comfy jackets. Check it out. It is coming up towards Christmas now. We are going to be launching new stuff, I don't know, every couple of weeks, t-shirts, jumpers, hoodies, whatever. This is one of them. This is one of the jackets that will be going on the website. Really cool, comfy regatta jacket. WELDERFABBER.com. Alright, Dano's here, so I might as well let him explain what all that steel is outside.
Oh, and how much more? Has that other 16 ton come in yet?
No, but Tab just told me about another 16 ton coming in.
Well, we've got a couple of jobs in. This is a building for, remember Steve Roberts, Bobby Peel?
Yeah.
This is a small building for him. He's turning it into some storage units back at Bobby. So, a bit of an infill job really.
That's a local pub to us just out road.
Yeah. Bit of an infill job for the lads. I just said to him I'll try and do it as and when I can. Nat Walton there with his overalls round his waist again.
Yeah, looking at us, trouble.
Always trouble. Yeah, so we're going to get these bits of bracings and stuff boxed off now, and then all that other steel. Have you seen that steel outside?
Yeah. What do we do all that for?
This is for Todmorden Hippodrome. An extension to the side of the Hippodrome at Todmorden. 37 tonne, I think, in total going into that.
37 tonne.
Yeah, be a nice job. It's got to be being installed on the, from memory, 23rd of October. All being well, so we should be able to do a bit of filming on that. Yeah, should be able to. We'll find out when we get to site. Sometimes they like it, sometimes they don't. Depends on the site manager. So it should be nice if we can see this going up. Maybe get a time lapse if possible.
Yeah. We need to do a little bit more tamp with your site work going up. Do you know what I mean? That galvanised one that just went up the other day, we should have filmed that really, shouldn't we?
Should have been filmed, yeah. Director should have got out there. But, I think it was
we had cranage in on the cranage on that. So they did a good job for us, didn't they?
He put some videos. Rick did a bit of filming on it. I don't know if it was any good.
All right, I'll see then.
Use it, but,
so, like I say, a big thanks to Gareth from Cranage, because
put us on to Crane Eye Company as well, Aber Cranes.
Yeah.
I think they cross-hired it though, so we didn't really get much of their crane in it, but I did tell them it could potentially be going on.
Yeah. So we will be using Cranage a lot more for transport moving forward, especially on DTM side.
Yeah, all I have wagons as well. Really smart wagons, new and scannies.
They don't have any bad looking wagons, them man. They're all good.
Mint. Yeah, really
I'll put a picture of Cranage wagon on screen now. So you're happy that Ol's coming to work for us, aren't you?
Yeah, it's Ol that's not happy about it. Ol's told me there's no chance he'll go and work for WELDERFABBER. That's his exact words.
Oh, I think he needs to watch the video back from when you sat on trailer a minute ago. No, end of the day, he's going to stay with you till he gets all these jobs boxed off, aren't you?
Well, that'll be a couple of years then. But the amount of work that's coming in.
What we're doing now, really, me and our dad, we're sharing men, yeah? So rather than taking other guys on...
There's one coming up behind us here now.
Which one's that?
Which one do you think it is? It's that troublemaker.
Nat.
Yeah. Nothing. That. No. We're just. Bazzy's just talking about us sharing men. And I said, here's one coming up behind you now.
He
right,
troublemaker.
He wants you.
No, he doesn't. I don't want him.
You got his overalls on for once.
Hello, yeah. Good lads.
They're all good lads. We got a good team now around us.
There's a changed man. He's got rid of his ex and he's got a new one.
What's he like? Is he a good one? So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is we are sharing employees. So I think it's a good way of moving forward, isn't it?
Yeah,
if you get quiet, I'll have a few of your boys. If I get quiet, you have a few of my boys.
Yeah.
And then...
Whoa. Is that forklift you, boy? That's another scar on cap.
Tab just about to scratch the cap then.
Yeah, it was. That must have just
That's
been
one
my
job I
eyes.
need to get in as well there, that X-Vac there, excavator vac. Keep putting that back. Customer's been on for that as well. I need to get on that.
So not tell him to stop when he backs into all stuff.
Yeah.
What's that? An X-Vac?
Yeah, that X-Vac over there. So we have a standalone video going on in the workshop on that ZX225. That will only be coming out in Christmas, January time. That
Do we
video.
know whose that is?
We do, but the audience don't just yet. They will find out when they see the video. There's our little Milo.
What are you doing, dog?
Blends in too well, doesn't he?
Come here, you. Come here.
Come on.
Come on.
How are we? So you just had a visit from college, haven't you? What
We
all
have.
about?
Yeah.
For apprentices?
For apprentices, so Caden and Tyler starting the first year apprenticeship. Tyler's aiming to try and get his level 3, and so's Caden. Caden might potentially carry on to do a level 4 HNC, but we're not sure yet.
What we're finding is on the apprentice side, the lads are really good practical, and they just crumble when it comes to.
Well, I don't know how they're going to evolve, but Tyler's very, very good practically at the minute. Obviously, Caden's just started, hasn't he? So we'll see how he goes on the practical side. But academically, Caden seems quite advanced.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be good academically, and Tyler's going to be good practically, and hopefully together they can build a good bond in the workplace here and go to college together and help each other out throughout the courses.
Yeah.
But we just need to see how it evolves.
Yeah. And with our videos that we put out on YouTube, we really want to. We want to put a positive spin on it as much as possible, so it attracts the younger generation to come into the trade. I
must say, Lions Learning though, we've had a couple of apprenticeships with them now, and I know they've flown the nest. A couple of them have gone into army and one thing and another, but they are by far, for me, the best trading school. The ones where Tyler went last time, and what was your lad, Sam?
Yeah.
At Wigan and Lee.
Yeah.
I've not heard many good reports about them, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to slag them because I don't know them, but they didn't do well for Tyler, and obviously Sam left, didn't he? He jacked it in, and then the college are telling us now, this Alliance Learning, saying that there's a few other lads on the course that have come from there, so...
Who's this man here?
Oh, it's Andy! How are you doing, Andrew? So he's the main man in the office, this lad.
Tell him what he does in office now.
Everything.
What don't I do?
What don't you do in the office? He's got the best hours on. He's on school hours, 9 till 3.
Yeah,
Less than school hours.
he definitely does school hours.
9 till 3, and then, like, whenever he wants on a Friday, it's like 11 o'clock. Yeah, I'm going to get going, Dan. Yeah, that's it. See you later.
He came to help out in the office, and he's now ended up being like a top QS.
QS, manager, phone answerer, timekeeping, monitor.
WELDERFABBER accounts manager.
Yeah, top boy.
He's got a few job roles, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's ready for a pay rise.
He's had one.
Has he?
Yeah.
Have we sorted it?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yes.
didn't have told me that, Andy lad.
It's looked after. I haven't told him. That's why. Internal discussion, but Andy's always involved in them.
Yeah, good. Right, let's crack on with some work. So talking about work then with our Dan, the wagon just pulled up outside with that other 16 tonne on by the looks of it, so we're going to have a bit of a rearrange in the yard for that steel to be offloaded. WELDERFABBER has just had a nice job coming here off a guy called Lee Ashworth Excavation Limited. Now then, so this was a job that came through for us to price. 250 by 100 by 6 box and 300 by 100 by 6 box, both with brick plates welded on the bottom. Right, galvanised. S355. Right, so that's a structural grade box section. For those people that do jobs for people and order material, and it has to be S355, if you're a customer, you want to be asking for test certs for that material. Same with buckets as well. If we're building a bucket for you, right, you could say to me, I want all the test certs for the material that's gone into that bucket. Then you know exactly what material that bucket has been built from, or structure, whatever it may be, you can get test search with all steels to show what is in the steel. Now then, this job, structural grade, S355 box section. Now then, you could buy 275, yeah, a lot cheaper, but it has to be structural grade material. So what I'm getting to, the point I'm getting to is price the job. Lee's rung me. Yes, how quick can you get on with it? Well, we can get on with it soon as if you put a dipper in, mate. Yeah, the dipper is half the value of the job. The money's in the bank within 10 minutes. That's how I do business. Yeah. So Lee, if you're watching, appreciate that. Appreciate the order. Appreciate the deposit. The material is now ordered and will be into us in the next few days. We'll get it fabricated. We'll get it galvanised. Then hopefully we might be able to get to site and show our viewers where it's going on one of your sites. That's up to you, Lee, if you're watching. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that people know that you can get test search with material ordered, especially if you're getting, there's cowboy builders out there, isn't there? That do jobs for people that might not necessarily be using the correct material. And we've actually gone over the top on this because it's asked for 6.3 and we're going for 8mm, S355 8mm. And the only reason why I'm going for 8mm is because there's no 6.3 in the mills at the moment. So nobody can supply 6.3mm box section of that size. So there must be a big push for it coming in. So 8mm's fine as long as you go over, you don't go below the material thickness that's needed. So that little job that I mentioned about Lee Ashworth, that S355 box section, these are going to be the brick plates for it. 10mm plates, cut at 345mm. Now people might be thinking, why have you not bought a smaller flat bar? Well, the flat bar has to be flush with the back of the box section and it can't be bigger than the cavity. Or should I say bigger than the outside of the brickwork. So it has to be 345mm is what I'm trying to say. So if we were going to buy a flat bar, we'd have to cut it down. So we might as well cut it out of plate. And doing the exercise, doing what we've done, it is a lot cheaper to buy it out of plate and cut it on the plasma than buy a flat bar. I was quite surprised at that. And I mean by quite a big margin as well. The box sections will be in shortly for this, and these will just be stitched onto the bottom side of the box, and then they'll go to the galvanizer. Here's one of the buckets that's coming from Moorfield. It wants a new edge, adapters and tips. Straightforward enough. And I better jump on this little ripper over here. So I better get on this little ripper as well for Charlie Baldwin. And Charlie dropped this off a couple of weeks ago. And to be honest, breakdowns coming in have put this job back. So basically what he wants is, like we did with the big one, with the big ripper, he doesn't want an adapter in it, he wants to put a shank in it, so we'll probably cut it off about there. put a full pen butt weld into that, and then cut the end of it down so it fits into a tooth. Basically we machine the end, drill the hole, bore it out for the pin and lock to go through on the tooth, and do away with this scenario. And make it solid and see how long it lasts for. Hopefully it'll last longer than an adapter that's going in there. That's been sat there for a couple of weeks now, so we better get that sorted. You know what it's like when things just keep coming in, breakdowns come in and you gotta go out on site. So I just spoke to my pallet, JJ Bullens, Alistair, to see if he's got a bit of 45mm plate for me. If he has, I'll fly over to JJ Bullens and pick it up. If not, I'm going to have to buy a 2x1 sheet. I don't really want to do that for such a small job. So here I am again at my little fathers, yeah. And we're doing a little job for AJ Contracting on the linkage at the end of a Kubota. Now then, this little linkage arm here, somebody must have changed the sizes of the bushes in this, right? So there was 2 bushes in that and the sleeve in the centre. So we've made one long sleeve basically, and with a grease line in the middle, and if you can see in there, you see that little grease groove. So that's one solid thing that the bucket pin will go through. You got the bucket pin there, mate. Passes that pin. The other 2 bushes that came in was also the wrong size. For some reason, now that goes in, that's a 25mm pin that. So that bush there was supposed to be 38 down to 25. Anyway, it wasn't. It was 38 down to about 24. But the end of this linkage was all worn. All this was worn. So we had to get that opened up. So then them bushes were no good, were they? So I had to send them back, and Arvin had to make me this, basically this sleeve. And the other 2 bushes that have come for the end of the dipper, they also need machining down. So for such a small job, yeah, it should take an hour once you've got the right bushes in. It's took days just for waiting for bits. So anyway, it is what it is. Just put that back at Defender, and I'm going to head over to Millings International to pick up a couple of edges for these buckets for Archie. Right guys, so we've come to the end of chapter 126. 126, wow. Anyway, we've got some new merch going on the website. These jackets and these beanies, high vis. So don't forget, money does go to a good cause, our local hospice, St Catherine's Hospice. The link will be in the description below. Massive thanks for watching. Them pins were a lot harder than expected, but we got them out in the end. Cheers, we'll catch you on the next one.